What's going on, everyone? I'm doing this. I'm shooting this like a video. That's why there's no countdown or nothing. As you can see, after playing all the tournament and everything, I've just well, you can see on screen, I'm kind of burnt out a little bit. So I figured I'll try to get my 4 chest slots filled. And if anyone has any questions about Tour 8, I can also answer those. So right off the bat, you'll notice that I'm going in with my extra mile. You could use a very high level sniper, like I have a level 9 sniper, but there's just a few holes with the Guardian where I feel it gives me a bit of an advantage with all that extra backspin. I'm also bringing the Saturn, which is a must, a Thorn, the Skewer, and I like the Nirvana and the Malibu for distance and accuracy. So, we got some people in the chat live. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm shooting this kind of like a video, so I'm just going to keep it going. But if anyone has a question, please feel free to tag me, and I'll look up every so often and see if there's any questions I could have. Been on a bit of a losing streak. I did have Tour 8 maxed, and if these names would stop popping up, you would be able to see. If I play good, I'll be able to max them out with these, getting these 4 chests. So let's find an opponent. Let's see here. Well, hello everyone. Endo's Gaming is in the house. Joe K says, sup, smoking Tour 5 with my baby account. Quarterback 4 is so hard in Tour 5. You need it in Tour 6. Yep, this is just a... You know, I'm just using a plain old navigator ball. Don't need a whole bunch of curl. I do think that you want more than a marlin on Tour 8. So we just line it up. That's about where I want it to be. And then let's just make our wind adjustments. Which, for this particular club, that's 2, that's 3. And hopefully that gets us right through. Well, we did hit it great. We'll see what happens. Is the video game... yeah. Is the video game volume overpowering me? Because it's really loud in my ears. What's going on, V-Man? Re-Lewis. I know your name's spelled backwards, but even when I look backwards, I can't... I'm sorry, bud. There's Matt Bunch. Just talking to you on Messenger a little bit earlier. Mike Bowles, Steve Taylor. Yep, I was, you know, I'm going to turn this volume off. It's just, it's too loud in my ears. And then to try to talk over it. So, Schuler, that's right, Schuler. What's going on, Johnny Faith? Yeah, I was just, you know, I'm a little depressed, you know. And the reason I'm depressed is because we had back-to-back tournaments, and that was so much fun. And now it's like, it's done. It's over with. There's no reason for me to stream for, you know, until they announce another tournament or, you know, whatever it might be. I'm not going to take the chance there. Good game. What the hell, man. This game ain't over. All right. So yeah, you know, I didn't want to go without streaming for a while. I love streaming as much as you guys say, you know, thank you for streaming and everything. I always find that kind of funny because I absolutely love streaming. So here we got a question here. Joe says, what wood do you use for Tour 8 and what level club? I use the Guardian. I think my Guardian's level 6. It might be level 7. I'll have to take a peek. I have tried it with the Sniper, level 9 Sniper. And the Sniper works. On certain holes, I feel like there's an advantage with the Sniper. But then on other holes, I feel like there's an advantage with the Guardian. And when I compare the two, I think there's just a slightly bigger advantage with the Sniper. Yeah, this is going to be a good game. That sucks. It's close to max. Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can dunk on this punk. I know it's not completely max. That's why I over adjusted a little. It's closer to mid. And hitting it great ain't going to do us no favors. Now, if that would have went in, I'd have been so happy just because he said the good game prior to taking that shot. That's kind of a punk move. Joe says, I love my maxed out Guardian 8 over the Sniper Max 10. Really? Sniper's got to be like my all-time favorite club. ATM, I'd love to stream tomorrow. I just, I got to have a topic. I can't come on for nothing. I mean, even if it's just like friendlies or whatever. All right, you took my money. I want it back, especially because you're a punk. Say good game when I end up in the rough. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll go back, take a peek at the clubs. Guardian 7. That's where I'm sitting. So no chess slots yet. I'd like to play until I fill my chess slots, but as they say, if you lose 3 in a row, you need to put the phone down and walk away. So I'm still going. Wow, this guy looks scary. Looks like he got beat up and he's mad about it. So yeah, if I lose 3 in a row, obviously I'll call it. Ooh, this is a tough one. What shall I do? Go to the left or go to the right? Well, I'm kind of glad that since he's going first, he's making the decision for me. If he messes this up, I'm going to the right. If he ends up on the green, I'm going to the left, and because he just moved over to the left, I'm going to follow him. Too risky of a shot without any, wind at your back. Joe K, I played 2 games in Tour 9 because I got the bank for it. And I promptly got spanked both times. The wind is much higher. And because of that, I ended up in the rough a lot more often than I wanted to. I'm just not ready for it yet. And then after this really hard tournament that we just played, I'm also, what do you call it? I'm kind of low on my premium balls. So I'd like to stay with the Navigator Quasar type balls. And I feel like Tour 8, that's an okay thing to do. So, if I had wind at my back, I probably would have went for that little island. But you got to be really precise. And honestly, I like to use at least a Titan with the wind at my back. But if there's anything that you have a question on Tour 8, just like Joe K's doing, make sure that you just type it's RJTV. It'll highlight me, and then I'll be able to see it. Now, I did see Matt Bunch says, I wish I had a sniper. I will tell you this, though. The sniper, it sucks until you get it to, like, what, at least level 7. So, like, I have an Apocalypse level 1, and in my opinion, the level 1 Apocalypse sucks. It can't, I have a Thor's Hammer level 4. I got a max quarterback, and I got the extra mile level 7. So there's no reason for me to use it. But I do know every time I get an upgrade, I'm definitely going to, okay, we're at minimum. I'm definitely going to, that's going to be my go-to club. Okay, that kind of sucks. Don't know what I could do about that, though. I hate that red line, But both of them have 100 backspin, so maybe it'll work out. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I do use my Sniper Joe on Tour 9. I need that accuracy. I need that top spin. So that was a no-brainer for me. I went with distance clubs, and it didn't make much of a difference. Slimo, Slime Dotto. I I don't have the Cataclysm. That's the only club that I'm missing right now. So Steve Taylor says Joe could feel free to test his clubs on Tour 9 as long as he wins. So now that there's no more tournament announced, you know, we just had the Easter and then this Masters or Major or whatever they called it. You guys got any plans? You just playing regular, playing friendlies and trying to keep your chess slots filled up, or you know, are you excited waiting for the next tournament? I kind of wish, honestly, I know some people disagree me, but I kind of wish there was a tournament every week. I like the Easter and the other one back to back. Maybe it's because I do stream. See, like this hole right here, I feel is easier with a sniper because the ball guide and the accuracy really helps. Let's see here. I know landing on the green is pretty helpful. There we go. We're on the green. We want to land on the green so we keep a consistent surface. And this is about 1 per, so let's move it to here. And hopefully we can get a win. I don't want to go down 2. Where do we end up? No, man, leave me alone. We're going to roll back in. I think we won this one. And the trick there was I set my target up on the green because I have a consistent bounce. So we got our first chest. Oh, and it's a gold one. See if this guy wants a rematch. No. Let's start this chest going. I feel like I'm a better teacher when I'm not live, you know, when I could just make a video. But I like live because if I lose a game, you know, it's real. You know, I'm not just showing you all these fancy shots that I don't always make or whatever. You see my mistakes. You see the way that I try to take, you know, and everything like that. So Jason C says, how did I finish in the tournament? I finished with a -18. I'm really upset about that because my top 9 or my front 9, I had a -10. So I was on pace for a -20. And I felt like I might have left 1 or 2 shots out there. But yeah, we kind of blew it after that. So anyway, once again, I would go with a navigator on this particular hole simply because it's you got more wind resistance. Or if you do want to go up to the quasar, you get a little bit more power, which might give you a little wider. No, it's not helping, but whatever. We'll go with that one just because we'll get more side spin. Make your adjustments, 5.4. We don't really have room for error here. So 2, 4, 5.5. Move you over to here and hope for the best, because if you don't hit it perfect, which we didn't, you're really holding your breath. Oh, we got lucky on that one, guys. There's really no margin for error. I must have messed up on my ring count because I should have been in the rough with that one. Let's see here. Joe K says, tip for Tour 9. I use Goliath for Tour 9 exclusively for the Oasis shootout with all the water. Makes it easier to side spin and curl from the right side. Duly noted. Sniper has a lot of curl. Not sure, you know, and then so does the Saturn. But I know you know your stuff well. So let's see. ATM says friendlies keep my slots filled, eventually filling them up with platinum chests. Yeah, I mean you are right, but I have a level 1 Apocalypse. I want to max out my sniper. I want to max out my extra mile. I want to get the Cataclysm. So, you know, that's why I really like to go with you know, 2 or 8 chests if I can. Okay, cool. There we go. So we're going to be close to max. I like putting about anywhere from 2 to 4 backspin on these clubs that have really good ball guides, because that one we're kind of in between. That usually goes right to the end there. Now we're not going to have such an easy time with that, and we're running out of time. So luckily this club is 2, so I know it's 10 miles an hour straight to the white line. Running out of time, running out of time. Perfect shot with 1 second left. And I don't think we're going to get in the hole, but we'll be nice and close. Yeah, see, like I said, 2 bars back, 3 bars back, usually with the longer ball guides, it should drop right in the hole in most cases. Joe K says, can't use a Saturn on that shootout due to the lack of distance on it. High level tsunami will be fine as well. That's why I said either the Saturn or the, what do you call it? The Saturn or the Sniper, because it could be either one. Boomer, $10. Thank you so much, man. Get the ball in the dang hole. I'm trying my best, man. When I really get this, down pat, you know, with the ring system and everything down to a quarter of a ring instead of a half a ring, I think I'm going to be chipping in a lot more. But I have already seen my albatrosses and hole-in-ones go up quite a bit since I have been using the ring system. It's just not perfect because I know the basics, and that's the video I put out was the basics. You know, obviously, as you go from the basics to the more advanced, you'll get better. And that's what all these other, you know, on my sheets that I keep up here, you know, these other numbers that I tell you to ignore in my first stream, you know, just to learn the basics. Well, we can't ignore them forever. Eventually, you know, they're there for a reason. Eventually we'll have to learn them all. And I think that, you know, I don't know that there's another video for me to make on that, because I think Tommy and, you know, everyone who's got one of those wind ring videos covers the more advanced tutorial. Now, in this particular hole, I feel like you have an advantage with the Sniper, as long as the winds aren't crazy. Now, with the 8.8 wind, it's a little harder. It's going to depend. If he can hit the rough, $5 for James. Thanks, James. Says, what's up? Oh, those old Budweiser commercials. I love them. What's up? But if he messes up on this shot, I can clean up easily with the Guardian. If he doesn't mess up, nope, he hit the rough perfectly. So, well, maybe not perfectly, but he did hit the rough. And I think we can get closer with the Guardian on this one. I like the approach he took. I'm really not that good, guys. I mean, I feel like I'm an average player. Of all the YouTubers, I'm not like all that. But yeah, that's where I want the ball to land. Remember, it's going to come back just a little bit because it's got that extra spin on it. And then we're going to go, that's 5. That's 10. And hopefully we land right where we need to. Perfect. We're not going to be super close. Yikes. Maybe that full backspin didn't help. How far apart was he? Yep, we still beat us 13-17. It's hard with the wind like that, you know what I'm saying? So look at that. Right off the bat, we got a 2-game winning streak. Jeff, wow. I wonder if that's Jeff's son or if Jeff is really that young. There's some great young players out there. So now we got 2 chess slots filled. And, yep, we got a 2-game winning streak. It'd be awesome if we can get on a, what do you call it, a 4-game winning streak to wrap this up and get back up to 700 to 700. See if I missed anything here. Helios said, where did you get that win guide? I got the win guide at golfclashnotebook.io. And Flash is in the house. How you doing, buddy? I'm sorry if I missed other people here. You can't use sniper on that shootout since the hole is in long iron range, so you'd be in between clubs. Okay, you would definitely know better than I would, Joe. So, hey, come on. You can't steal my mouse. What's wrong with you, dog? So, yeah, that's maybe one of the adjustments that I need to make, because I'm sure I brought the Saturn with me. And I had my sniper with me as well. So, you know, maybe that'll learn me. I tell you guys what, if I win this game, which means I'll have one hole left, you guys want to see me go to Tour 9 and try one Tour 9 game? We got 53 people in here. That's enough people if there's demand for it. Now, I normally don't like going full topspin here, but with the wind directly in my face, I'm not really too concerned about going into the rough up there. I'm not going to put any spin or curl on it because I don't want it to go into that little rough patch. We did hit it perfectly, but right into the teeth of the wind. Flash says, did you promote to Expert 3? No, I keep just missing the cut. I'm not trying my hardest. Like, I'm not trying to get promoted. I'm just letting the promotions come. And as soon as I get to Tour 9, there's not going to be, it's going to be so easy. You know, it's like you're definitely going to get promoted just because it's $1 million a game or 1 million gold coins or whatever. So yeah, and right here, once again, you see his long iron is the Goliath. My long iron is the Saturn. I should be able to end up closer to the hole. Tour 8 is definitely backspin intense. Did the weekly standings not happen this week? I'm not sure. That's a good question. Let's see. Tour 9 advice. Sniper Goliath. Show me the rest of your clubs. All right. James says don't do it. And then see, because if we had the Goliath up here, we'd be in a lot of trouble. But because we have all this backspin, we're no longer in trouble. As a matter of fact, I could attempt to dunk it, which I know I'm not going to make the dunk, but it gives me a free shot at potentially getting in the hole. And if I don't make it in the hole, I'm going to be close enough for a nice little putt. So we're just going to adjust 10 because we're not at max distance. And we're going to take our chances. Maybe we'll get lucky. And if we don't get lucky, look where it bounces and then it comes back just a little bit. So that's a very makeable putt. So basically get a free opportunity to dunk. If you don't make the dunk, you got the putt. If you make the dunk, you win the game. So I didn't see too many people say anything about Tour 9, so I guess we'll stick with Tour 8. Let's see. Matt Bunch says, is the B-52 the best? You know, Matt Bunch, I'm not 100% sure about that because it's so hard to upgrade it. It's an epic club, and the cards are going to come slowly. So to me, the B-52 is an afterthought. It doesn't have enough top spin, back spin, and a couple other things to be useful, especially in the Pro Series. And I get the clubs, they're very slow coming. So let's see. Joe says, what are you all talking about? Tour 9 is my money tour, everyone. Yeah, I'm not used to Tour 9 yet. I think the wind, I have to... Oh, wow, look at all these. Okay, I said I got to win this, though, so I got to win this shootout. And he definitely has the better club for the shootout because this is all about ball guide. I'm surprised he's shooting from there, though. Yeah, I shoot from back there. I wish I had my sniper for this one. Man, so many people saying Tour 9. Mr. Boss says play Fortnite. I'd love to. Ooh, no. Where's that? Okay, yikes. I think we are going to win this. And, you know, if I lose Tour 9, it's not a big deal. I got the bankroll. Minimum, let's see, can I hurry up and check this out? The minimum is 1.5, we'll call. So there's four, oh, okay, so what we're going to have to do is just not do full power, something like this. And hopefully that's enough to get us. I hate underpowering shots. Okay. So that's 3 in a row. Now I get to see a Tour 9. How far away was I? I'll have to check the replay up here because I'm... Oh, I can look down here. 343. That's respectable. So, you know, I'm hoping a few people that watch might be like, you know, how do you do a certain shootout, and they could see me take a shootout or whatever. So, you know, here's the thing. All right. I have, what, 12.5 million gold coins. If I lose one, I go to 11.5. So it's not really a big deal. Yes, I love Fortnite, Mr. Boss. And I have played before on my account, but I don't have like all the fancy setup and everything. I'm not sure too many people that are subscribers of me right now are interested in that. So I'm not like in a hurry, but I do have a couple people that I really respect that want to see me play Fortnite. So it's definitely something I'm going to look into, but I'm not going to give up on the Golf Clash. All right, so there's the Goliath. And then what else would you change, Joe? Oh, what did James say? James said something up a little higher, I guess, because thought he did. Maybe you should try for that first, but the problem is you'll be in the higher brackets regardless. I can handle some of the... Oh, that's crosstalk between them. Especially the driver and sand wedge. Okay, well, here's my drivers. I know Thor's Hammer 4 is a really good club, but I'm used to the wind and the rings on the Extra Mile 7. I got to learn to do quarters on Thor's Hammer because Thor's Hammer is 1.72, which I would round up to 1.75 per ring, and I just can't figure that out in my head. So, yeah, I guess show them my Thor side by side. All right. Well, I don't want to keep this. You know, I don't want to make this dull where everyone hops out. So I'll do this, and I'm just going to hop in with the clubs I got. So far, I'm 0-2 on Tour 9. But as you can see, there's only a 5-yard difference between the Extra Mile 7 and Thor's Hammer 4. The accuracy is nearly 20 points higher for Thor's Hammer, which is a big deal. I like that a lot. But the problem is, see, the accuracy of the Extra Mile being at 45, I can round that up to 50. So then, and when the accuracy is 50, then I know it's 1 ring for every 2 miles an hour of wind. However, with an accuracy of 64, you don't want to round down to 50, and you obviously don't want to round up to 100. So, you know, you're kind of in the middle of no man's land. That's the only thing stopping me from using Thor's Hammer right now, because for that 5-yard difference you see, you'll also see 50 topspin for the Extra Mile and 56 for Thor's Hammer, which might get me 1 or 2 of those yards back. The backspin I don't really care about. The curl, I do like the curl for the Extra Mile. And then they both have 3.0 ball guides. So Quasar, Joe saying use a Quasar, Katana, or Titan. All right, let's go to Tour 9. If we lose this game, which I fully suspect we will, I have tons of Katanas. Then we'll come back down to Tour 8 and try to win it there. So this is my 3rd time ever attempting a Tour 9, and I'm 0-2. So Let us see. We're getting matched up against Amanda. We do have a trophy lead, but that doesn't mean anything if they're used to, you know, these. All right, so this one we actually get to lay up on some. I like using the back spin because I just don't like them rolling around too much. 2, 4, 6. Okay, I feel pretty good about right here. Definitely trying to stay focused. I want to get as close to the rough as I can without getting in it, and that's perfect for me. I'm really happy with where I'm at. Make every shootout in Tour 9 so far. No. I made one shootout, and on that Tour 1 shootout, I'm sorry, the Tour 9 shootout, I don't know if I landed in the rough, but my opponent also landed, if not in the rough, very close to the rough. He beat me by like 2 or 3 yards, and we were both about 10 yards away from the pin. So I don't know, Joe, what do you think? Do you think that I'm possibly just, you know, I don't have the clubs for this? Or do you think I do have the clubs? I just got to learn the skill? Very interested in your take on that. Now, obviously, here I'm going to go full top spin, a little bit of side spin like that in case I hit it great. I don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to have to overpower it. So actually, let's take some of that side spin back off. Because if I overpower it and I hit it great, I don't want it to go into the rough on the side there. But I need to make back that 8-mile-an-hour wind. Ooh, that's okay. That's not horrible, but had I made that shot, I don't understand. I mean, I understand why I missed to the left and hit that, but it still seemed like it went too far. And with an 8-mile-an-hour wind in my face, when I was pushing that up, like you see right there, when I was pushing it up all the way, it was showing me that it was only going to carry about another 5 yards if I fully overpowered it. James says there is no layup in Tour 9. You would have played that differently? Seriously, though? Hey, Red's in the house. It's my boy Horatio. Now, one thing I would really like to do would be to somehow end up on that fairway over there. So let's just call it right there. Make an adjustment for 11 miles an hour. This is 1 mile per hour per ring. So we're going to 10. Well, I went 10. Hopefully that's enough. Should have went 11, obviously. But I wanted to hit the rough. No! What happened? Oh, okay. No, I did. We're good. If we don't get a crazy wind, we could chip this in. And our opponent's going to have the same wind, so chances are, yeah, they're definitely going to be able to reach with that wind. We're in trouble, guys. Unless the ball really sails on them, which I don't think it will. But it would be awesome to get my first Tour 9. Awesome. You like those little macaroni things I bought you?
I don't know yet.
Single serving? Thank you, Manny. Advice for this par 5: if you have tailwinds, jump the sand as long as you can cross the bunker. Yeah, Joe, I would have definitely. Now, see, I absolutely have to chip this in to force a shootout. I definitely do jump that. I do love the fact that the wind is kind of straight. So I think we're going to be okay with a perfect shot, I believe. Not sure, but I believe. I do want to be over to the side of the hole just a little. Not that much, though. Whatever. I'm going to put it there. Perfect. And we go to a shootout. So yes, if I have a tailwind, I always jump. But because I hit the rough, you know, on my second shot with my sniper, that took that shot away from me. And that's why I hit the rough and just tried to get in there. So hopefully we could beat Amanda in the shootout and I can get my first ever Tour 9 chest. Matt said dunk it. I don't have the guts to dunk it. Thank you guys. Thank you. They call me Chip. Okay. Now this isn't exactly what he was talking about, but for this particular hold, I feel I have the advantage because I have the long ball guide and I like to land in the rough and let it trickle. So hopefully we have the same thing happen here. Oh, you meant to jump the sand on my drive. I've never attempted that yet. So, Joe, if you have any video, if you could send that to me, I would highly appreciate it. Guys, look at this. We may get our first Tour 9. This is huge. Not only that, but what, four games in a row? I want the hole in one, so I'm still gonna.
Are you allowed in?
All right.
Come on.
5 and well, we're not gonna get quite 5. Little overpower.
Watch my food, please.
Now, obviously, I could have just threw it in the sand a little bit further. And I did mess up on it, but we're still closer. We got our first Tour 9 chest, guys. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Whew. We got our first win on Tour 9. It wasn't pretty, but we got it. And no, we ain't rematching. I'm going to take that $1 million, put it in the bank. I'm going to go right back to Tour 8. But as you could see, winning $1 million, look at that. I jumped from 5th to 2nd. So as I was saying, if to get to Expert 3... when I do get to Tour 9, it's, you know, there's no way I'm going to be able to stay in Expert 2. And I don't want to stay in Expert 2. Wow, look at that money go up. I love it, man. I love it. And we got our chests filled within 40 minutes. So I'm keeping this stream short and sweet. I just wanted to get on with all you guys and say hi. And look who's back. Look who's back. It's the Wolfman. So next time we have a stream, maybe we could get him to do some dancing, maybe for a slushie or something. You're not in camera. You got to get right here. Look at that. Yeah. he wants his PlayStation back. I missed you guys. That's why I had to come on and stream. I missed you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love you guys. It's because of you I got my first Tour 9 chest. Thank you so much. Thanks for the tips, Joe K. Thank you all for hanging out. Have a wonderful night. Take